time is it?
It's time for the greatest sporting event of the year. End of story. The NCAA basketball tournament. Here we are.
Yes, sir. Welcome one, welcome all. I am Mike. That is Pops. This is the Big Dance Podcast 2026. We are going to be breaking down this year's March Madness. Are you ready to see all the hysteria?
I'm ready for this damn thing to start. Basketball on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's unbelievable. Every station, all day long. It doesn't get any better.
Especially when you're retired.
Thank you.
So, welcome one, welcome all. As you can tell, we are going to be rooting for one team. I am wearing a jersey, a replica jersey, the last time the Gators went back-to-back.
Ooh.
This is Joakim Noah jersey, in which you gifted me, and I thank you very much for that.
Sir.
We're going to talk about a few things today. We're obviously going to break down the tournament. We're going to talk about our beloved Florida Gators first, give you a couple first-round upsets, predict our Final Four and our champion, and whatever is left over that you might want to rant about, I will be happy to listen.
I can rant.
Okay. So let's start with our beloved Florida Gators. Last year, we won the title, 2024-2025 season. Todd Golden's third year.
Unbelievable.
We come in as a one seed, albeit the last, quote unquote, the last number one seed, but a one seed nonetheless.
Did we start out in the West also? We were in the West, weren't we?
Last year?
Yeah, I think we were in the West.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
It shows you how much I remember. But yeah, from last year's championship team, we lost our 4 top guards.
Yeah.
Can you name all 4?
Well, Clayton Jr., Will Richards, Elijah Martin, and Aberdeen. He went to Kentucky, so I won't say anything.
Denzel Aberdeen went to Kentucky, which, by the way, Florida Gators played Kentucky 3 times this year.
Yeah.
Tell me how many minutes Kentucky led in any game.
Of all 3 games, they led 0.
Donut. Who's got the better program right now?
Yeah.
We're the defending national champs. We won the regular season SEC. We beat Kentucky 3 times this year, in which they never led against us. So we're doing well. Todd Golden, I want to speak on him briefly, Pops.
Yeah.
He has got a swagger this year that is rivaling Urban Meyer of the past. It's rivaling
the old head ball
coach Spurrier.
Yeah.
And people are starting to take notice online and letting him have it.
Yeah, that's fine.
But he won a title in his 3rd year. You win a national title, and you can talk all the junk you want. Pops, let me ask you a couple. Here's 2 trivia questions for you, Pops.
We won the Natty.
I don't know, how long has Tom Izzo been at Michigan State?
30 years at least.
Yeah. So how many titles does Tom Izzo have?
I believe 2.
No, he's got 1.
Just the one he beat us?
He's got 1. 1.
Really?
1.
I thought he had 2. All right.
He's got 1.
Oh, Jed Heathcote was the coach when Magic was
Magic,
there.
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Coach Cal, he was at Kentucky for what? 15 years. He's been at Memphis. He's been at UMass. He's now at Arkansas.
Yeah.
How many total titles does he have?
Yeah, he's got 1.
Yeah, so anytime Golden plays any of those guys, now they have millions upon millions of more dollars than he has.
Yeah.
Way more Final Fours, but the main deal, the main objective is to win it all.
How many natties do you have?
Yeah. How many natties you got, John?
Yeah.
I got the same in 3 years.
You know, these Kentucky morons that are online, the Pope people and all this other stuff. Hey, let me just tell you one thing. We're the only NCAA school that has 3 football titles and 3 basketball titles. So stick that up your... Never mind.
Yeah, put that in your pipe and smoke it. So I just wanted to come out swinging right away and say Todd Golden is one of the best coaches in the country. He found a way to replace our 4 top guards, which were 3 of them went to the NBA, and another one transferred to Kentucky for $2 million, Aberdeen.
Yeah.
Now, we returned our entire front court, but that wasn't easy to do either. No. To return your entire front court with NIL, immediate transfer, winning a national title. They could have gone to the NBA. They could have gone to other teams. He returned all of our front court.
I know that Chin went and did the look-see thing, you know, for the NBA and said, hey, you're not ready yet. Do a little bit more, okay? And I'm not sure about, I think both Condon, I think, was also did a look-see.
Hawk
Hawk did too? So they all kind of looked at it and said, maybe it's not right.
Well,
yet.
that was number one to have them come back. But then secondly, there were millions of dollars being thrown at these guys.
Yeah.
If $2 million was thrown at Aberdeen, there was certainly quite a bit of dough thrown at those three guys.
Well, we know one thing. With our basketball lineup, we didn't spend what Kentucky spent.
No.
They spent $22 million.
Yep.
Okay? We didn't spend that. We probably got close to that number, but, whatever.
Well, probably half of it. But
Yeah.
Golden has proved it over and over and over again the last 2 years to me that he is an elite coach, and I hope he stays with us for a while.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to first round upsets. I want to hear 2 first round upsets that you can give all the gambling degenerates out there some tips.
Now, we went into this last year, and my thing about an upset is if you are a higher seed and you beat the lower seed, that's an upset. Okay? I know that you went a little bit, that's too close together. Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I didn't like it. You were picking 9s over 8s. You were picking 10s over 7s. That's garbage.
I'm giving you a 10 over 7.
I want you stepping out in the
I
ledge.
am giving you a 10 over 7 right now to start with.
Fine.
I am going to pick in the South region.
Sure.
I'm going to pick Texas A&M a 10 to beat St. Mary a 7. St. Mary every year is playing Gonzaga for the championship in the West and all that garbage. That's what I'm picking. You want my second one?
Yes, because the first one was boring. Yeah.
The second one is the beloved Bulls of South Florida. I have them beating Louisville 11 over a 6.
Yes, I will be rooting for the South Florida Bulls, partly because my sister went there. A lot of your money went there.
Yeah.
I don't think
your brother-in-law went there.
My brother-in-law, yeah. I guess the dude that married my sister, yeah. So I'll be rooting for them, especially since they're not in our region. I don't see us playing them in the tournament. So, okay, that's better. That's an 11 over a 6, and it's USF over a blue blood Louisville. So
I really think this year, as I was looking down there and you told me to pick two upsets.
Yeah.
There's a lot of close things here. I mean, some of this stuff is really close. This year especially, there's a lot of things going on, and I don't think we're going to see as many upsets as we normally have seen.
Well, okay, that's your opinion. And
that is correct.
Certainly entitled to it.
Thank you.
Opinions are like...
yeah, they are. Go ahead. What is your 2?
So my 2 upsets, I have a 14 over a 3. This is what I'm talking about for an upset. Taking a little, a step onto the wild side.
Hold on a second here. Just hold on.
Can you predict which 14 I have winning over a 3?
Well, you're certainly not going to pick Penn over Illinois.
I'm going to pick the Pennsylvania
Oh, my God!
over the Fighting Illini.
No.
Penn's going to win that game by 10 points.
Okay.
Anybody that bets on that, you can send the money directly to me at my Venmo account. I'll take 10%. I'll put it somewhere up there. Okay. And then my second upset is going to be a 12 over a 5. Sir.
Oh, there's always the 12-5.
Primarily just...
So let me pick this out for you here.
Yeah, please.
We have not talked about this. I'm looking at all of them
No,
here.
take all the time you want. I'm sure dead air is good for podcasts.
I'm looking here. Okay, I believe that you probably pick McNeese over Nebraska.
You are incorrect, sir. Incorrect. I am taking the Akron Zips. The Akron Zips over Texas Tech.
All right, good luck.
So those are our upsets. Let's go.
Yeah.
I want you to tell me your Final Four. Pops, last year, the Final Four had all 4 number 1 seeds.
Yes, sir.
And it hadn't happened, I believe, in 17 previous years. And it was in the same location as it was 17 years ago. San Antonio was the location for the Final Four.
Yeah.
This year, this is part 1 of the Big Dance Podcast 2026, which I am going to be dubbing Destination Indianapolis. The Final Four is where it should be
every year,
rightfully in the Hoosier State, the middle of the Hoosier State, in Indianapolis. The Final Four, Lucas Oil Stadium.
They are a terrific host. Yeah. They have all the facilities needed. Everything is there. It's beautiful. Go ahead.
So
Final Four.
Your Final Four.
Well,
real quickly, did Indiana get in the tournament? I don't think they did.
They did not. They did not make the tournament.
Sorry.
They did not make the
Sorry to
tournament.
all our friends in Indianapolis.
Yeah,
You're going to be rooting for Purdue.
I believe they were like 18 and 15, and just
Okay.
wasn't enough.
All right, yeah.
Well, I will tell you.
They're a football school now, anyway.
Yes, they are. They won the natty for football.
yeah.
Okay, so here's the deal. It will not be 4 number ones.
It will
this
not
year.
be.
No, sir.
Okay.
I have the Final Four as Duke,
Yes.
Florida,
Florida Gators.
Arizona,
So the last one has to be somebody that's
and
not a 1.
Iowa State.
Wow, very good. So you have 3 1s and 1 2.
That is correct, sir.
Very.
I'm not impressed with Michigan, and I think that Iowa State, they play tough. They play very, very tough, and I think they could win.
All right. I have
Yeah.
3 number 1s and 1 number 4. I have Duke playing Florida.
Yeah.
I have Michigan playing Arkansas. I think this is, how do you say his name? Acuff?
Acuff.
Acuff. He is the type of player like a Walter Clayton Jr.
Yeah.
Same size. Now he's got more quicks than Clayton Jr. did, but it
Yeah.
remains to be seen how clutch he's going to be. He just led them to the SEC tournament title. He's going to be like a Shabazz Napier of UConn or a Kemba Walker of UConn, where Walter Clayton Jr., he can take his entire team on his back to the Final Four himself.
Well, he has to, number one. But the thing about him is, which is a very good comparison to Walter Clayton Jr., they show no emotion. Okay. They just play the game. And they don't get up, they don't go down. They just play the game, and that's how they are. This kid, I've watched him play the last 4 or 5 games. This kid is just even the entire time. Freshman, this guy is going to be, he's a lottery
Top
pick.
5 pick.
Yeah, top five.
Yeah, I only saw him a little bit today. I don't even remember, was he playing against us?
Oh, he did.
He did? Okay. Yeah. I watched him a little bit today in the SEC title game, and he looked awfully quick.
His passing is everybody talks about his shooting. His passing is unbelievable.
So who do you got winning your final? Give me your Final Four winning and your championship team.
I have Duke and Florida. I got Florida beating Duke because we have to.
Really?
We lost to them by a point. Okay, at Duke, we lost to them by a point.
Only 1 point?
That's correct, sir. We lost by 1 point to Duke at Duke.
Wow.
So I believe we'll pay them back.
Okay.
So, and then I have Arizona playing Iowa State, and I have Arizona. So my final teams are UF and Arizona.
And do you have the Gators going back to back?
Yes, sir. Who's the only team right now that can have back-to-back?
Us?
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. But
Every year we look at up until Connecticut, we would say, okay, we got to knock that team out because they won it last year. Because we went so long, was it 2006, 2007, or 2007, 8, whatever it is, up until Connecticut. So now we have ours. So now we have to win this year because we have to beat Connecticut back to back.
I believe this is going to be an incredible tournament.
All right, I agree.
A lot of the teams that went deep last year are very, very good again.
Oh, yeah.
And then you throw in Arizona, who's got, other than Boozer on Duke, Koa Pete is probably the second best player, and they've got other players too. I have Duke against Florida. I have Duke beating us.
Okay, go ahead.
I've got Arkansas against Michigan. I got Michigan beating Arkansas. So a rematch of, I believe it was 1991, Duke against Michigan in the final.
Oh,
and I have Duke winning it all. Duke has so much length, so much talent. Shire is going to prove he did not have a good coaching game against Houston in the Final Four last year.
Yeah.
Flag missed a shot that could have tied it or gone ahead, and they ended up. But Houston made it a furious comeback at the end to get to the final game against the Gators. I think Shire redeems himself this year with all the 5 stars and the number 1 player in the country on his team.
You would be wrong, sir. You would be wrong because Duke is not going to win another title
this year. All right. I mean,
he'll have to go out and get 5 new guys to replace the 5 guys that are going to lose.
I think they already do. I think they have the number 1.
That's fine.
Every single year.
That's fine. That's fine.
So, all right. And, how about this? We've run out of material. No, us two have nothing to talk about.
No.
Tell me who you have the first number 1 seed going out. Well, it's obviously going to be
It's
Michigan,
Michigan.
but where do you have them losing?
I have them losing to
In the Elite Eight?
Iowa State.
Okay, in the Elite Eight.
Yep.
I have Arkansas beating Arizona in the Sweet 16.
Well, here's the thing.
Anybody care about that?
Well, here's the thing. Acuff is one hell of a player.
Yes.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
But Arizona is loaded. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
loaded.
They are.
I mean, they have size. They have speed. They got a tremendous guard. I mean, they are loaded. This kid, there's their guard, wasn't their leading of anything, but he was Player of the Year in their league. I mean, it's unbelievable. They got loaded every position.
Yeah.
They're all you do is stop.
And you don't like their coach, Lloyd? You don't like their coach?
You know, there's something edgy about him I don't like.
Just
But
his
I'm sure he's
face?
a nice guy. No, there's something edgy. I probably watched a few games with him and something. I mean, not the same way as Hurley. You know, not that crazy. Just something a little bit edgy about it. You know, he reminds me a little bit of the guy in Gonzaga. A little bit about
Mark Few? Really?
Yeah, because Few can get it. He can get a little bit crazy too, a little bit. Nothing like Hurley or Calipari.
Right.
You know.
But I think we can both agree wholeheartedly that the biggest douchebag in all of college basketball, whether they're in the tournament or not in any division, is DH Danny Hurley. That guy.
No, Danny Hurley. Yes, I'm sorry. Not Bobby, Danny.
Yeah, Danny Hurley.
Yes.
Makes me sick. His brother's not too far
Well,
behind.
no, but he had a tremendous game in his conference tournament. He lost by 40 points. Yeah, okay.
So before our final thoughts,
Yeah.
the first four starts, Tuesday and Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
So out of those 8 teams,
Yeah.
what team out of those 8 in the first 4, which, by the way, I don't like how they have this called the first 4 and then the final 4 because they're different measures.
Yeah.
The first 4 is first 4 games. The final 4 is the last 4 teams.
Yeah.
So I want them to, the final 4, this should be the first 8 is what they should call it.
Yeah, okay.
The first 8.
Okay.
Let's streamline that. Anyway,
right.
if anybody ever calls me for a meeting at the NCAA, I will.
Hey, they're in Carmel, Indiana, by the way. Yeah.
Maybe I'll take a visit and crash one of those meetings and be like, you guys got to figure that out.
Yeah.
All right. Which one of those teams do you think it could make the furthest? You got a UMBC who was the first team to ever beat a 1 seed.
Yeah.
They beat Purdue was it Virginia? It was Virginia. They beat UMBC. Yeah. You got Miami of Ohio, who's 30-1. I know they haven't played anybody, but they're 30-1. You got a Texas team who is now led by Sean Miller.
Okay. I guess, Miami of Ohio, if they win their game against SMU, they would have to play Tennessee.
They can beat Tennessee.
I don't think they can beat Tennessee. That's just my opinion.
Well, I'm hoping it's not going to be Prairie View or Lehigh because our Gators play them, the winner of that game.
Well, I think Texas.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Texas as well.
Texas, I think. I'm looking down here. I'm thinking, really? Texas is there? All right. I think for Texas, I think that would work.
Earpiece out. Sean Miller is a good coach. He's been a good coach for a while. He's a cheater and was proven to be a cheater and still keeps getting better jobs. Good for him somehow. But they do have a lot of talent on the Texas team and have not showed it to yet very much this year.
Yeah.
But they probably will. So then they would play NC State. If they beat NC State,
they would beat BYU.
They could beat BYU.
I agree.
Okay. So what else? That's it. We just broke it down for you.
That was it.
I mean, I think we.
I want to be. This is the reason I think the Gators have a really good chance of going back to back. If you saw the last game, we were out of sync. Nothing was working.
Right.
Everything was bad. It might be a good omen because we had won 12 in a row, 13 in a row, whatever the hell the number was.
Yeah.
And we were winning by double-digit numbers.
Yeah.
Everything was working. And all of a sudden, nobody could shoot. Nobody could rebound. We were throwing the ball all over the place. Good. Let's get the game out of our system. Okay? It's out of our system. Even when we don't play well, like when we played against Kentucky, doesn't matter. We still win.
Usually.
Because we can do other things. Nothing was going right.
No, and one of the few times I've seen in the last 2 years that a team was more physical than we were.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt took it to us, punched us in the mouth, so to speak, and didn't stop. Now they hit 50% of their threes. They were hitting shots, but
and here's the thing. I've been online. I shouldn't go online, but I go online.
Yep.
And I read all the Gators, oh, the damn refs. I wish we had the same refs that they played today. No, listen. There might have been a couple of calls here or there. Listen, we did not play. Those calls could be reversed. We still would have got blown out.
We would have lost.
Yeah,
I thought there were
yeah.
some very questionable and obvious
but that
blown
did
calls.
not determine this game.
But we would have lost anyway.
Yes. So Gator fans, take the loss, live with it. We move on.
A masterful job by Todd Golden. From the day he was hired to this point. He's got a natty under his belt. He's got an SEC tournament title from last year under his belt. He's got an SEC regular season title under his belt. And he's had to rebuild the roster almost twice. And with the NIL and immediate transfer, that is not easy to do. So anything that happens this year, kind of in my eyes, is gravy.
Yeah.
But we should, looking at the bracket, we should be in the second week in the Sweet 16. I will be very disappointed if we don't get to the Sweet 16.
We'll be way past 6-6.
Well, you have us winning it all.
Listen. Here's the thing. This is great fuel. Okay, what he's taken this basketball program and put it on a different level. The great thing is, at every game, I look over the bench and I see who's sitting on the sideline.
Summerall.
And he's thinking the same thing. I'm going to do the same thing to football as he did to basketball. And every time I see the Gators practicing or all the things that he's doing, oh my God, I can't wait. The recruits that are lining up to sign with this guy, I feel very good. But let's hold that back till the fall.
Yeah,
but it's something to look forward to.
Yes, we got months to go until football season, but the tournament is upon us. Our favorite time of the year. Thursday's awesome, Friday's awesome, Saturday, Sunday, and the next 2 weeks after that are awesome, even if somehow our beloved Gators don't move on. But I think we will survive and advance the first couple of
No problem.
And this was part one. This was the Big Dance Podcast 2026, part one, Destination Indianapolis. We will do another 3 episodes up until after
we win the national title. Okay.
So I am Mike. That is Pops. Get buckled in for an awesome weekend of basketball. I am out of words somehow. I'm ready for ice cream and food that you're going to have in your fridge. Thanks for tuning in. Yes, I'm 50 years old and wearing my hat backwards.
Go Gators!
So until next time, as always, come on, Gators!
Get up and go!
Let's go. Let's go give her a repeat, huh? Let's repeat. And F you, Hurley.